This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're going to talk about why you should procrastinate long-term relationships as long as freaking possible. Okay, we're going to go deeply into that. Okay, LTR stands for long-term relationships. Now let's talk about procrastinating the good stuff, because long-term relationships, let's face it, there's actually a lot of great things, a lot of good things, a lot of joy, a lot of depth, a lot of happiness that can come from it. However, if you tap into that way too soon, you end up missing out on exponential joy and happiness that could potentially be yours if you just wait a little bit. And you've got to understand that if you're going to set yourself up for long-term joy and happiness and not long-term misery and difficulty with women, then you've got to set yourself up correctly from the beginning. It's how you finish, it's how you start, and it's how you finish your life that matters. Everything that happens in between is just a journey. Everything's amazing, everything's horrible, everything's all over the place. But it's how you finish and how you start. And right now, in the beginning of your life, let's think about it. If your life is 90 years, hopefully, right? Then you want to spend your first 30 years setting up your foundation so that the rest of your life is easy, at least financially. Okay? That's the biggest, most important thing that needs to be set up. Now, you might think spirituality and religion and all of that stuff is the most important, and to some extent, yes. I mean, yes, you've got to understand the truth. You've got to understand the big picture, because if you don't understand the big picture, you can't begin with the end in mind if you don't understand the big long-term picture that is not just about this life. It's about the long millions of years ahead that you're creating right now. But once you've got that big picture, then you've got to understand, what is my foundation? And the foundation is all about your finances. Finances. Okay? If you set that up straight, man, the next 60 years is going to be a blast. Okay? And a lot of people very often say, well, you know, during your youth, you should be having lots of fun. Like between years 20 and years 30 is when all the fun is. Well, you live in an age right now that is so filled with opportunity that if you just pick one thing, stick to it, go deep, and massively, exponentially build it, the fact of the matter is you'll have the cash to start project number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 795, and you'll have so much money that makes it so that you can actually do whatever else that it is that you want for the rest of your life. Very often kids they waste the energy, all of the things that they do in their youth, and suddenly they're now 30 plus, and now they're like, well, I want a family. And then they start a family, they don't have money, they don't get the women of their dreams, they basically get the women that have been on the carousel for all of those years. And then she doesn't really bond to him, and then he gets into trouble because he starts having kids because, oh, she doesn't have a long window, so she needs to have kids right now, so I need to give that to her, and then all of the problems begin, and then he ends up having to work a job because of security, and he needs to keep that for the next 30 years, and suddenly his life is gone. You don't want that to be you. You want to make sure you set up your financial foundation from the beginning without the women, without the kids, because, seriously, for example, right now, what's happening right now is we've actually moved to Tbilisi, Georgia. This is an Eastern European country. It's right between Europe and Asia, Eurasia. And it's fantastic here. The reason why I moved here is because, hey, guess what? It's a low-tax country, and it's one of the cheapest countries in the world. It's one of the safest countries in the world. And also, there's tons of opportunity here. That's just how it is. And after doing tons of research of where I should be temporarily before we go to the States, if we ever do, this was the place. So we've left here now, and now we're talking about setting up a 12-month lease, renting a place. And it's basically between a place that's pretty cheap, pretty nice, but small, cramped. It's not going to be the lifestyle that we've kind of wanted for ourselves, which is fine for a period of time. And then you have the other aspect, which costs pretty much twice as much as the other apartment. And I'm kind of like having to decide between this apartment for half the price, but not really what we're looking for. And then the other apartment, which is quite amazing, spacious. The kids could be running around, that has a play park outside. It's got everything that we need, the like everything, okay? And I'm like, which one do I choose? And we have to make a decision now because on Wednesday we've got to sign some lease because we're moving out of this Airbnb apartment we're in. Understand that if I had set up my financial situation a long time ago, I would not have to make a decision based upon money. I would make the decision based upon the lifestyle that we desire at this point in time and not have to think about the money. Do you understand this point? This is why you should procrastinate long-term relationships until you've settled your financial situation. So how would this look like? Well, first of all, you set up your financial situation. Let's say you're 18 years old, 20 years old, 22 years old, it doesn't matter. You set up a business because you understand that having a job, just over broke, will never ever give you the lifestyle that you desire. Ever. It won't even get you the woman that you desire. And if you think that you're getting the woman that you desire when you do have a job, you could get someone better, okay? Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but that's just the truth. Like, the women you attract into your life is and always will be a reflection of you. And you can always bring these women up to the next level, right? Because if you improve, then they'll come back with you. And if you improve, they'll come with you. It's all a leadership-driven family, okay? But the thing is, if you suck, then she's also gonna suck. And then if you suck more, then she's gonna follow you to your level. But if you become better, guess what? She's gonna rise to your level, which means a happy wife is a happy life. But the thing is that you choose how happy she is through your leadership. So it's kind of like happy life, happy wife, but really good leader. Good leader, happy wife, happy life. So anyway, the point is, if you manage to create the financial situation, the financial foundation beforehand, so you don't have to make so you can have, when you're together with your future wife and you have kids, you're able to make decisions easily based on the lifestyle you desire, not because of what the financial, should I do it? Should I spend so much money? Should I not? Because you know how much you're willing to spend on things. And it's not because you're maxing out your expenses because this is the money you have. What are some other reasons why you should procrastinate? Well, one of them is that men's sexual market value peaks approximately 10 years, 12 years after women's sexual market value. So let's say you get a girlfriend when you're 22 years old, she's 21. Now you've pretty much gotten your girlfriend at the time when she is peaking, and you're 10 years before you are peaking, which means that you're actually getting a girlfriend that is peaking, which means that she's only going to be declining from then on. And you haven't even gotten to your sexual market value peak yet. So if you just waited 10 years, the girlfriend that you're going to get in 10 years or 5 years or whatever it is, she's going to be 10 times better than the girlfriend that you get now. Does that make sense? So it's better for you to set up your financial foundation right now and get literally mind-boggling, amazing women in the future simply because you have become better. The thing is that your sexual market value might be when you're 32, 34, whatever it is during that time frame, but you could hit that 32, 34 sexual market value when you're 24 or 25 simply because of who you've become in the process of establishing your financial situation, establishing your business, and establishing your character in your inner game. right? So that's a big one. Don't settle for less by getting a girlfriend at this point in time, and don't settle for less by allowing women to be a distraction for you right now in your life. Like, that's one of the big mistakes of my life, was to actually search after a woman very, very quickly between the ages of 21 to 23. I just wanted to get married, man. Get married as fast as possible. No, okay? You want to make sure women are not even part of the equation. If I meet a hot girl, yes, then you go up and talk to her, and then you get her number. That's great, and then you friend zone her, like I mentioned in the last video. Friend zone her so that you have tons of friend zoned orbiters around you that are like in awe because of the things that you do, the things that you talk about, the things that you think about, and they want to spend time with you and not you with them. And it just makes life so much easier, so much nicer, and they want to be around you because they know that you're celibate and that you're not going to try to basically initiate anything, because all guys around them, because they're hot, do that. And they try and they try and they try, and you're not like that. So, and it's even better if they're quite young. But anyway, point is, the second aspect of it is just what I mentioned about the apartment. Being able to make lifestyle choices because you want to and not because of your money situation. So let's say in the long-term relationship in the future, what it would look like was basically that if you started a long-term relationship early in your life and it's like, well, honey, we can only get this apartment because we only have this much money. But in the future, it's going to be, well, honey, we're only able to get this apartment because that is the money that we have right now. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, lol, that's the money that we have right now. No, I've got tons of money, but this is my budget that I've set for this amount of, for this time frame, and my wife has no idea how much money I have, but I've saved it up, and not only saved it up, but this massive passive income coming in every single month, which means that I can carefully and steadily increase my lifestyle consistently over a long period of time without my wife controlling how much I make, how much I spend, what I spend my time on, what I do. It's my lifestyle. I'm the boss. I'm the one who decides. And guess what? My woman gets everything that she desires, but over a long period of time. Not because she controls it, not because she wants it, but because it's the right, rational thing to do. And you can enjoy your lifestyle and you can enjoy your life according to your terms and the way you want things to be. So that's a huge aspect that a lot of middle-class guys are struggling with, because who's in control in the relationship? The woman is. But if you understand the woman, and you understand the financial aspects of how to basically make a woman happy while she feels that it's actually amazing and she's actually grateful. Because very often, sometimes, like in middle-class families, when the woman is getting everything that the man thinks he's getting her, she's not getting everything that she desires, because she's not living in luxury, because she's comparing herself to, the Joneses, while you're basically having a just over broke J-O-B job, which makes it so that you don't really have what she desires, and so she'll always be forever ungrateful while you're working your lights out trying to provide, and it's not working. This is the whole point of avoiding women and procrastinating women as much as physically possible in your youth while you're building a business. Not having a job, not saving money, because savers are losers, like Robert Kiyosaki says. Fix your life, fix your situation, fix your financials, and create business. Become a business owner that sets everything else aside because he knows what his time is worth. Okay, last thing I wanted to say is, man, also do it for the kids, bro. You want to make sure that you have money to take your kids where you want to take the kids. Okay? There's some really cool things in the world, man. You want to be able to travel with your kids. You want to be able to homeschool them. You want to be able to do a lot of awesome things with the kids. But you know the worst thing about having kids is when you don't have the money. Because if you don't have the money, then you're always thinking, oh, where could I take them that it doesn't cost very much money? And where could I take them that this and this and this? You want to be able to think, this year, we're going to Disney World twice or 3 times. And this year, we're going to go to swim with the dolphins. And this year, we're going to go to whatever it is that you want to do at that moment in time, because you've got the money. You don't have to make decisions based on money because you fixed that 10, 20, 30 years ago. You got it? Let's fix the financials, let's create some businesses, and let's make things happen. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you in the next video.